unfortunate, what is happening. And what is even making it worse is the kind of deafening silence, the deafening silence that we're hearing from where we should hear audible sound. We just hear silence, we hear silence. And it is time that everybody begins to speak out. In the past, from my heading, you see what I wrote, that now who private jet app. All this talk that's been going on, tithe, no tithe, this, no that. I have been quiet on this platform about it, and I was quiet for a reason, out of respect. Out of respect, I said, let me be quiet and let me just see how or where this is going to go. How far it's going to go, what the responses are going to be, but we sit on the sidelines there, we're listening, we're watching what is going on, and then all of a sudden, while we're still trying to deal with that, then we are bombarded with this breaking news that came from CNN of the slavery thing happening in Libya. I'm talking about the fact that they are selling human beings. They're selling them today, in today's world, not yesterday, not 200 years ago. They're selling people as we are talking, as you and I are speaking right now. There's some people's children that are being sold. There's some people's brothers, some people's sisters. The people right now who have no voice. They have no voice. They cannot speak for themselves. Yeah. They belonged to a country. It's not just Nigeria here. There are different countries represented, in the people that we saw. I was told yesterday that there was a video that was going around of a man that, I think they bought him for sport. There's some people that have the sport of killing. It's like a sport to them. So there's this black man that someone was stabbing like you're cutting meat. Like say that they cut Nama. That they cut the man. They stabbed the man, He was just stabbing him all over the place till he died. Because the value of human life right now, of black lives, the value of human life, especially if you have a skin tone like my one, it has no value right now in that country called Libya. Libya is not in space. Libya is not in heaven. Libya is a country that is on the earth. Is on the earth, is on the continent of Africa. Everybody knows the location of that country, Libya, but somehow no one is taking them. They are not being made to be responsible for this outrageous atrocity that is happening and has become global. Every day we are bombarded with images, with videos. We see all kinds of things, stuff I can't even look at. Now I'm so scared to open my phone, because when people send images to you, you don't even know what to do, because once you look at it, it just torments you. I'm going to try and calm down and take this step by step. Also yesterday night and this morning, I was just thinking, like, what can we do? What else are we supposed to do that we are not doing? And I thought, okay, I've been working. I've not even had Tiwa Diaries this week because I felt I was working. But this is not, this affects everybody. This touches all of us. If you're sitting down there and you're thinking, my pikin no dey there, my sister no dey there, no, members of my family are not there, let me tell you something. Evil starts small. And when good men be quiet and they do nothing, this is when evil thrives. Very soon it will start affecting everybody. How can a country be known to be practicing this? And we have what they call United Nations. United Nations has not said nothing. I don't hear of any embargo. But when Gaddafi was in that country and he was said that the people there, they are not allowed to vote, they don't have a voice, they carried all their soldiers, they carried their army, they went into that country, they dismantled the whole country. Yeah? Because they said it was an atrocity. That's right. But this is happening. This is worse than that. This affects people from other nations. The silence is deafening. The silence is deafening. Now I'm going to bring it home. I'm going to bring it home to the one that is really concerning me in all of this. And that is the place of the church, the place of the mosque, the place of these people that are supposed to represent God. These are supposed to be kind people. This is supposed to be the institution where kindness, where goodness, where help is supposed to come from. And the silence is deafening. I am not hearing any pastor. I am not hearing any GO address this situation. When Daddy Freeze came up and was talking about the tithe, at least I can count 5 mega pastors that responded to him. They responded to him. They posted it online. They preached it in their bloody churches. They talked about it. I'm sorry, excuse my French. They talked about it. It was a big issue. They addressed it. Now we're talking about human lives from the country of Nigeria that has produced some of the wealthiest men in the black race in the world. Some of the wealthiest men of God on earth. They're talking about slavery of that country, and I hear nothing. Nothing from the men of God. Complete silence. There is silence. There's no video being posted. There's nobody addressing it. There's no one answering or talking about it. Let me say this. God is going to hold these men accountable. But as God is holding them accountable, we have a responsibility to also hold them accountable. We have a responsibility to demand that they do something. No more sitting on the bench. Now, let me say this so that I just put it out there. I believe in the principle of tithing. And I'm not in the business of arguing with anyone over that. But there is a problem. And the problem is not tithing. The reason people are shouting about the tithe and the offering is because of the stupendous, ostentatious lifestyle of these men of God and the depravity, the poverty, the lack, the suffering, the destitution of people in that same country. This is the cause of the outcry. This is the main thing. This is the problem. Why people are suddenly questioning. All that I do not have, I am giving. What do I have in return? Some people are going there saying, why do the people travel abroad? Why did they go out of Nigeria? And I say to people that are saying that, especially if you're living in the Western world, you're a bloody hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. Is this now your country this? Now I hear them born your papa and your mama. I hear them born on her. Now your country be this. Very few people are fourth or fifth generation residents of the Western world. Many of us came here looking for greener pasture. If things were so wonderful at home, waiting would they find for here? Waiting would they do for here? Why will you now judge poor people who are looking for where to better their life? Why will you judge them? Why would you say to them now waiting and they find? Waiting you self they find. Because you came here to study, to do your PhD, and then you invited your family, now come sit down and not go again. Or you came to do your master's, or you came to do your first degree, or you came for whatever reason, or you came for holiday, and then you sat down and you not go again. What is the difference between you and them? Migration is as old as humankind. Man has always migrated. When there's famine, people move to where there's fertile ground. Where there's suffering, where there's war, people move to where there's peace. It is part of human nature. Migration is part of human nature. to begin to begin to talk down on the people and to say waiting and they find why then they move is the most selfish kind of way to think or to talk. Just because where you live everything is okay, you have what you need, now you're judging people who were trying to just live. They're just trying to live, they're just trying to survive. That's all it's all about. Now, who private jet? One of the big pastors recently, in the midst of all this talk, the guy not get shame. In church member self, una useless, all of una useless. He came out and announced he's got a new jet now. Blah, blah, blah. You've got a new jet now, yeah? We're done. Una try. Nigerians are still starving. They are still traveling. They are still dying on the high seas. There is no proper medical facility. Even the president of the country, when he's sick, he travels abroad for treatment. When anybody's sick, they even go as far as India for treatment. All those people where they buy jets. Can one of them not, for heaven's sake, build a bloody functioning hospital in Nigeria? Can they just please do something and stop this nonsense that they are doing? This proving of how God has blessed them and how they are entitled to the blessing of God. Even the Bible says that you that you have, you're supposed to give those that don't have. What in that their jet where they get? Who the jet help? That jet where they get? Who help? All those fat cars where they drive. They drive those cars on roads that are rubbish roads. They drive past people that are hungry, that are sick, that are everything, and they drive and they wear their fine clothes and they climb the pulpit and they talk about this big and prosperous God, and your nation is an embarrassment. It is a disgrace, an indictment on the country Nigeria. This is an indictment on every Nigerian. If you're not saying something or doing something about this, shame on us. Shame on all of us. Shame. Shame on us. Shame. No other message should be preached now. We don't hear, you don't do. We need to start seeing something being done. They should stop this madness. I saw one this morning, and the guy was calling for 1 billion naira offering. Jesus. Look, there was a time in the Bible, there was a prophet called Eli. I'm sorry, I'm not reading what you guys are writing. I'm just really upset. You know, Eli had sons, Hophni and Phinehas. Go and read it in the book of Samuel. And these people began to fail in their responsibility as priests to the people of God. And they began to take the portion that was meant for the poor, for the needy, the things that were meant for God. They began to take it. And God sent a warning, and God said to them, God said to Eli, he said, call your children to order. If you don't call them to order, I'm going to slay them. Something is going to happen. I do not need to be a prophet. I do not need to see angels for me to know that the church of God is going through a judgment right now. Never has there been such a time as this, that there is such an abuse, such a disregard for men of the cloth than this time. It's like even the common man on the road, he speaks disrespectfully to those that are wearing the collar. It is a wake-up call. If you do not know that something is wrong, they need to wake up and address the situation. Them go say they sabi pray, may they go what to do. Then when they sabi say this, they get spiritual, may they go ask God discernment what to do. Something is wrong. The whole nation is suffering. And it is supposed to be that when a nation is in starvation, in a dilemma, in situations like this, people go to the man of God for solution. Israel was said to be one time surrounded by enemies. They went to the man of God. He gave direction and they won a physical war. There was a time there was no food in Israel and people were starving and they were eating their children. They went to the man of God and he gave a word and food was supplied. I beg, all that on our anointing, what they take and do? All that on our power we will not get. You're a voice of God, you are the prophet of God. Your country is in a mess. It is a disgrace to every man of God that is Nigerian. What is happening right now is a disgrace, an indictment on them. that they are quiet and they are not saying something is an embarrassment. To make matters worse, we heard that it was Libyan Airlines that went to carry the people. Una not get shame. Una not get shame. They now put it, Libyan Airlines went to carry them. All those their private jets. Okay, forget the private jet. Could they not charter a jet? Could they not charter a plane? Could they not be in the forefront doing this? Mbam. They are there defending the tithe. They are there talking about how the tithe is right. When husband don't talk finish, their wives too will come out and start defending the tithe. Ole, ni gbogbo yin ole, ni ole, ole. You people, all you're thinking about is your bloody pockets. People are dying. You're defending the tithe. Okay, there's a situation of Libya and everything. Nobody has come to talk about it. They're all silent. They're all silent. You can't hear nothing. It's just musicians, footballers. You see people trying to do something. Then the men that are custodians, that God has put as custodians over human lives, custodians, representatives of God, they are silent. Let me say this. There was a situation in America not too long ago, and it happened near Joel Osteen's church. And there was this thing saying that Joel Osteen did not do what he was supposed to do, that his church did not do what he was supposed to do. Fine. The guy came out and explained one thing, but he did not stop there. They now began to take action and they began to resettle families. They began to put money in people's hands. They began to put more people in homes. They began to rehabilitate people. They began to do something. This one don't pass shame now. If we don't see anything from these churches. All those people they brought back from Libya, many of them don't have homes to go to anymore. Some of them have been so traumatized that they will need therapy. I want to see what the church will do. All those people that they have resettled, I want to see what the church will do. I want to see how many pastors with big fat churches are going to roll up their sleeve and get in the mud and clean up this mess. I want to see how many mosques, how many imams are going to come out and begin to give alms and help the homeless, the fatherless, the motherless. Let us see religion in action. Let us see faith being practiced in action. No be big or even in one chop. No be how you go wear white and white suit. They tell us that only you Holy Ghost they move through. If Holy Ghost they move, I'm sorry. Please, if you're trying to call me, stop calling me. I'm using my phone to do this broadcast. Stop calling me. Anyway, using my voice out of this whole thing. I'm so upset. I don't even know what to do. I don't know. I'm not talking about our government, because those ones, we know they are useless. It's not today that they have been useless. They are useless forever. They are there doing nothing. They said they have come with the change, government of change. Sure, we have seen the change. It is during this time of change that our people are taken in slavery. What a wonderful change we're experiencing. They are fighting corruption. What a way to fight corruption. Completely turn deaf ears to the cries of people. People's life have gone from far worse to I don't know what language to use again. So they are desperate now. They are jumping in the sea. They will rather die than be in that situation. Do you know what it is for people to know that people are dying on the high seas and they are still traveling as we speak? Oh, and you know the funny part? The captain of the ship that is carrying these people is Nigerian. The crew members, they're Nigerian. So the people, when they sell the people, they're Nigerians. What is shake pay funwa? What is shake pay funwa? What is shake pay funwa? Something is wrong with us. We have lost all sense of rights. We have no value system. Our value systems are completely eroded. That because of money, you sell your own person. You sell your own person. You know they're going to kill them. You know they're going to put them in slavery. But you sell them because of the money you're going to make. There is a big problem. And it shows us that we have no fear of God. There is nothing like good morals. So all those churches, they are just opening for nothing. They have zero influence in the lifestyle of the people. If that country has so many churches, so many men of God, and our morals is so decadent, we have no responsibility towards our brothers and sisters. The basic rule, the basic law of the law of Jesus Christ is love your neighbor as yourself. There is no love. So what are they practicing? What are they preaching? We challenge the church in Nigeria. This is an open challenge to the church in Nigeria. It is an open challenge to every denomination in Nigeria. Every man of God that says he owns a jet, he has a big pastor, he has a big money, it is an open challenge to you, sir. With all due respect, do something. Do something and stop embarrassing God. Stop embarrassing the caller. Stop embarrassing the name you call yourself. You're supposed to be an emissary, a representative of God. It is disgraceful, to say the least, that all of these things are happening and there is nothing coming from the church. Church is silent. Church is silent. When they talked about the tithe, there was an uproar. Every man of God that I know that is big, they came out, addressed it, and said something about it. I'm not against the title, so you people hear me well. I'm just against this whole hypocrisy, this double standard, this thing that is staring us all in the face, and it is obvious that something is wrong. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. May God have mercy on all of us. May God have mercy on all of us. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm just going to read some of your comments and then I'm going to go. Joe said, Adeboye, Christ, Matthew, here Wardo, Oyedipo, Church Praises watching. Rita says, well done. Thank you, Rita. Bless you. Jide Daramola says, our pastors are lacking in compassion to humanity. Shagun Fatima, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Headhunter. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please, my admonition to all of us is, whatever forum you have, use it. Let's drive this evil out. If you can write, write. If you can televise, televise. If you have a radio station, use it. Whatever forum we have, let us use it. This must stop. Libya cannot just go free doing this and they are allowed to be the way they are. Yes, America went and did whatever it was that they did. That does not mean that they can now do what they want to do. You know, it's human lives and it matters. God bless us all.